if you're a mentally lazy player, you're gonna be limited to the life of a struggling grind. So, with that said, the question is there a common thread in the way that winning 9-ball players think? And the answer to that question is yeah, there is. And I'm about to show you what it is. After the break, a player should go through all 9 balls and locations of those balls. And during that process, they should be looking for problem balls. There's always at least one, sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 3. So we see the cue balls right here and the 1 ball's right here. It's almost a straight in shot. So the 1 to the 2, the 2 to the 3, the 3 to the 4, the 4 to the 5, the 5 to the 6, the 6 to the 7, the 7 to the 8, and the 8 to the 9. Now, did you find the problem ball? If you said the 6 ball, you were correct. And the problem with this 6 is the location of the 9. And we don't want to come up on the high side of the 6 to shoot it down there, because there's a good chance that you're going to get snookered behind the 9. So we need to take that 9 ball out of the equation. So your next thought is, does the 6 go in this pocket down here? And the 4 ball will be out of the way and be long gone by the time we get to the 6. Does it go by the 8? And the answer is yes, and I can see that from where I'm standing right here. So we've determined that we have to get below the 6. So your next question is, where's this 5 ball? And if we go back a little bit, John's getting in my way here. You can say it's right down here. So how do we need to shoot the 4 to get in the right position on this 5 to get under the 6? And from there, where's the 7? So the 7's right here, so it's not a problem if we get under the 6. The question is, where do we need to be on this 5 ball to get on that 6? And if you say close to this rail or even on this rail, you're right. So we need to get in a position on this 4 ball to get as close as we can to this rail. And the distance doesn't really matter as long as we're on this rail. So let's go ahead and proceed. Now this 1 ball, you're just drawing back a little bit. You can see when I got down, I was a little bit wobbly and off balance, so I stood back up. I don't like my strokes flopping all over the place. So I stood up to get a little bit more balance, and we're just drawing back a couple inches. Now you don't want to try to get straight in on this 2, because there's a chance you're going to go below it. And you're going to have a little bit of a hard time getting back on the 3, so you'd rather stay a little bit high on this and bounce off this rail to get back on the 3. So yeah, it's best to stay up high on it. And maybe just a hair right hand English to make sure it's going to get back up and behind this 3 ball. And we have a little bit of an angle, so this is just the stun shot to try to get somewhere around this spot right here, and that should give us a good position to get close to this rail over here. So I am taking the time this time. I must have learned my lesson. I went and got the bridge, so this is just a center ball stun shot, trying to push out more to the center of the table. Not the actual center, bottom center. And I didn't quite get on the spot, but it's still okay. I shouldn't have too much of a problem getting on that rail. This rail over here on the left. Oh, why did it jump ahead? Every time I grab the mouse, it's apt to do that. So let's go back. Yeah, this program can be a little bit touchy. So a little bit of the left bottom, just a hair of the left and a hair of bottom here. So rail's going to do most of that work. So good. We're about an inch off the route. It's not exactly perfect, but it's still a little bit of right hand English should bring us right back up underneath the 6th ball. So the main problem here is almost solved. If we get under this 6, the rest of it is a breeze. And we do. This is just a stun shot with just a hair bottom just to push it out the center of the table. Good. We're in good position on the 7. I screw up the 7. I shot the 8 ball bad, but we still managed to get out. So anyway, we're going to go through the whole game 1 through 9 without the commentary, without the breaks, and we are going to put those cue ball graphics up in the corner so you can see exactly what English I'm using on every shot.